This is the Daymak EC1 Electric Carbon 1, and it's actually kind of a prototype I'm looking at. There are a couple of them. There's the kind of traditional upright frame, and then this one's a little bit sportier. Pretty cool looking design. I've always really liked carbon fiber because it gives you a little bit of, there's a little bit less jitter than aluminum, and so it's more comfortable that way. Of course, it's very lightweight. But there are questions about, okay, attaching things and how hard can you put the seat clamp down. You don't want it to crack. Carbon fiber's gotten better and better, so it's really neat to see an electric bike that's set up this way. I weighed this one, which is the closest, like almost production-ready version that they've got a little while ago. It's about 39 pounds, and I think it's going to get a little bit lighter because you can see there's that battery versus this one. This one's slightly lighter weight. It's also a little bit more sleek. I really like that. And if you look kind of through here, you can see there's looks like 4 different screw points right now, and they're working on having at least 4, and again, that's so that this is secure, because that weight on the carbon fiber tubing, you don't want to have any cracks or anything. And it's even got carbon fiber rims, and they're talking about having options for handlebar, maybe even the seat post. All of that contributes to a lower weight. But Daymak, they tend to go for these little bit more affordably priced electric bikes, and that's definitely what they're doing here with the EC1. They're trying to hit a $1,000 price point with this, and that's awesome. But there are some trade-offs in terms of the specs. So it's a 250 watt geared front hub motor, and this is actually the new version that they're working on. So you can see it's a lot smaller, and it's not going to give you as much power as you might be used to if you've had a 350 watt electric bike. But again, it's lightweight. This is meant to be efficient and very active, so it'll have pedal assist, and then it's also got the trigger throttle. I actually kind of like this display that they're using right now, but they might be going to a King meter or something. You have all the standard readouts in terms of speed, odometer, assist level. There's 5 levels built in right now. If they go with this display, one of the things I've noticed is that it looks pretty good from straight down, but then if you kind of like lean back, it looks even better. If you go too far forward, it starts to kind of dim out. So keep that in mind. I also really like that they put a suspension fork on this, and this is going to be one of the trade-offs for increased weight. I think this could easily be like a mid 30 pound bike, but the suspension, that definitely adds to it. And again, the larger motor right now. However, it also produces a better, more comfortable ride. And this one has lockout and everything. Nothing like too special on the fork, but a little bit slimmer, a little bit lighter weight. I love that this has quick release on the front and rear wheel. And again, that it just has pedal assist, that has a throttle, and it's using a trigger throttle that kind of stays out of the way. So all around, really good, especially if they're able to hit this at $1,000, even if it didn't have some of the other carbon accents. It's just a really beautiful bike, and all the wires, the cables, everything are integrated into the frame, so it's really beautiful when you look at it. With that smaller motor, it could blend in. Aside from the battery, it'd look just like a traditional bicycle. And you've got that extra comfort because, again, there's a little bit of variation happening here with the tires, but depending on which model you choose, if you go with the narrower tires, they're just not going to absorb the bumps the same way. I think they're also working on having a few different sizes. Sorry, I can't be more exact on this. I was just, I'm here in Toronto, Canada at their headquarters, and wanted to call this out because I know they're working on it. They're very excited about, getting it out there and doing a crowdfunding campaign. So very cool. I'm excited about it too, and I'm going to hop on this one and give it a go. This battery pack, again, I don't think it's going to be the final one, but you have to power it on. It is removable. I think they both are, so you can charge them inside if you want. Press the power button up here, and we've got our different readouts going on. I'm just going to go ahead and hit that trigger throttle, and it works surprisingly well. I'm only 135 pounds, so I'm not really straining the bike too much, I don't think, but it's zippy. I got up to 20 miles per hour pretty efficiently, and the throttle was able to override assist, which was nice. So at any time you can juice it. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that now. Woo. Nice to have those disc brakes too. Just a little bit of like an upgrade, and if you have to ride in the rain or across the dirt or something with this, your rims aren't going to get scratched up and dirty as they would with rim brakes. I did, of course, notice that this motor is a little bit noisier. You know, you can kind of hear it kind of growling. It's hard to say whether that's what the final motor will do or not, because again, this is sort of the prototype build. But even if it was like this, it's not too bad. There we go, braking. I think that's kind of it. That's all I have to share here. Again, this is a bit more of a preview. Whoa, you're really kicking in. Oh, and I should say, you know, when I did that, I was going over some kind of a loose patch and I was leaning back. There was a little bit of wheel spin happening. That's one of the trade-offs with a front wheel drive bike. I mean, you know, it stays out of the way of the cassette and everything, and you're able to maybe pick up some more gears. It's a little bit less complex if you need to do tune-ups or change your tires and stuff by having the motor up front. But again, there's a little bit more potential for spinning out. It can also sort of pull forward on the suspension fork, reducing the travel or increasing friction right there on kind of that arm. You know, I think most bikes I see have the rear wheel mounted hub motor because a lot of your body weight tends to be towards the back. But for something like this that's active, that you're just using to cruise around efficiently, especially with that smaller motor, shouldn't be a huge deal, and it shouldn't add too much more force to the suspension fork. So I think that's pretty good. Anyway, I was sort of closing before and just saying, I think it's a pretty cool bike. It's a neat concept, and I love the idea of more affordable electric bikes. Daymak tends to have like a year-long warranty on a lot of their stuff, like frames and motors, and then 6 months on their batteries and other stuff. And you have to have it shipped. They are predominantly online, so keep that in mind. You might have to turn the handlebars and do a couple of other little minor tweaks if you order this. But all in all, pretty fun. I love the concept, and I'm excited to see it launching. So for more electric bikes and stuff, I'll see you back at ElectricBikeReview.com, and ride safe.